Hey, what's going on? And welcome to another episode of The Way I See It. So today, basically, we're coming into another Tuesday. I've been spending a lot of time working on developing the app that I'm using for my blog and to communicate with my potential audience. I've also been coming up with some more new content for this week's episode at Yamanote in Tech and Society. If you don't know, it's a podcast I kind of run where I try to talk about how the technology that I've experienced with at work and school and research on my own, how I think it's going to reflect the society based off of the books I've read and the people I've spoken to. And I try to also bring people on to the show who are working in this space. That could be anybody from potential YouTubers or people who are just, they used to work offline and now they're working online. People who have, really successful businesses, and they utilize a whole bunch of different social media platforms in order to run their business. The reason why I bring these up is because I feel that there isn't enough information available right now for this space, coming from my perspective. So meaning that the number of connections that I have on different platforms are not, there isn't one person, at least one person that's doing this publicly. Many people I find are a little bit skeptical of sharing their information online. They feel like they don't want to maybe put themselves out there, make a mistake in public. And one of the things I'm actually becoming, I'm becoming underneath I'm losing the illusion of the fact that that is not true. That we actually will have to find some way of using social media to connect with each other in the future. This is very, very powerful. I mean, more people are online these days than ever before. Everybody has like a phone. I'm actually choosing to use my iPhone 7 Plus and a microphone to use this conversation to just see how the quality would be, and the quality is very good. I mean, even if I use my Canon 70D, SLR camera, or I use my, Blue Yeti microphone to do the audio, I think this is pretty good. You get the point, you hear about it. Why is there so much push for this type of connectivity online? And I think it's a lot to do because we are becoming, we're becoming familiar with the idea of building a brand online is going to process some sort of data in some form, whether it's metadata, whether it's data on what you buy, what you don't buy. It also allows people to find ways to, how would I basically say this? I know this is kind of off the top of my head. Basically, we're realizing that it's actually very valuable, and it's becoming more valuable than oil now. So anybody's information needs to be quality content, meaning that we need to be able to see clearly and hear people clearly in order to get the information that we're looking for, no matter what agency that we're a part of. Agency meaning that you could be a part of a public agency or private agency. You could be have a place in your house. You may want to just videotape, your friend doing a roundhouse kick at a judo class or something. The thing about that is, being able to share information, you want to make sure is at the highest quality as possible. So they're actually breaking out the mold of what that actually is, because not everybody really has it, which explains why your phone can be very expensive these days, because it has a lot of technology in it, and you have to kind of pay for all that work that was done. The other thing I want to really talk to you about besides that was the idea of utilizing your brand and how to go about building it out. For instance, building out my brand, I'm interested in searching for people that are doing similar things. So that means that they're trying to run an online business, They're trying to create content. They're trying to do it as inexpensive as possible, and they're trying to lose their minds. I mean, like, whatever. It's just, I mean, like, what? I mean, I just feel that is a process. And one of the current, I used to listen to a guy named Paul Lipsky last year. He talked about building a business on drop shipping. And yeah, along, I wasn't necessarily interested in doing so much about the drop shipping. Just having the online business, he had a really good point. He basically created a teachable course where you sign up and you do your particular courses that you put out. Like, you know, maybe you might have a free one. You teach people with videos and texts, and then the comment board for people who have questions. And then you can find other people also in this space to build out these things. And what I'm getting at is that this is just one way right now. You know, if we go ahead and we figure out how to build a business online, utilizing some of the opportunities that will be coming out in the future, like, you know, Facebook has ways to do transactions online with your phone. So does PayPal. So does PayPal, so does Venmo, so does Apple Pay, Google Pay. So, and you can make payments on your phone, or you could do it through email now. Like, so those are what I consider like the flags that are being raised that you can listen to see, hey, this is pretty much, that's my oven. It's just, sorry. So basically, it gives you an opportunity to be aware that this stuff is coming, and we have to find a way to do our best to interact with it, you know, try to find a way to embrace it. And I think that's a good word too, embrace, because, you know, whether or not you want to be online or not, what are you going to do when your child has to go ahead and do something, you know, online, some shape or form, you know? Suppose you're gonna need help. Maybe like there might be opportunities to learn something new. I mean, one thing I found great about it, learning anything, was learning languages. You know, I spent a lot of time studying Japanese, and I just recently, you know, not really just recently, I mean, it's been almost 3 years now that I've been practicing Chinese. Now, you know, because of the fact that the internet is so vast with information, and I have several ways to kind of like to consume the information, I think that sped up my Japanese, you know, and I'm able to do things, especially like read a decent amount, and can look up words and can figure out the pronunciation. Now that you have like Google that does a great job at giving that information to you. So that's one thing I want to figure out, like, you know, who are these people who are in my space? That's one thing you want to do. You want to find out online. Using Twitter is a great way of doing it. You know, you can go ahead and you can do a Google search and search people who have blogs that are basically around it's basically around your niche that you're interested in. And then after you do that, then you can follow them on Twitter. You can like them on Facebook. You can follow them, subscribe to them on YouTube. And you can even send an email. And I'm actually building out a spreadsheet now of all the people who I'm actually who are basically the top leaders in the niche. And one of them is Pat Flynn, like I said. Tom Ferriss, he's basically also works on, like, he may have wrote a book about the 4-hour work week. So that's another good thing to go figure out. And I'm learning about new ones later every single day. So if you want to build a business online, I know it looks like it's gonna take some time, but it's not really about like getting there. I think that once I made this decision to start, I'm already there now. Now all you want to do is grow, and growing just basically means that you know every day you do a little bit better, you know. And I wanna basically put this video out because I want people who are also interested in it, that doesn't know as much as I know, and I can just pass that down to you, you know, and maybe we both can succeed, you know, at building some sort of like online community. Because once you have the community and everybody's sitting there enjoying the information that's being processed there, then people are probably more comfortable at, you know, buying something from you. Because they'll be able to buy something from you and know is that, oh, this is Bob. Bob sells burgers, and, you know, because he sells these burgers, his wife and kids and the people down the street know he makes pretty good burgers. So you'll probably go to him to go buy it. And if everybody does this around you, around their own circles, you'll start noticing that, people will come to, despite how good somebody else's burger may be. You create a group, and this group allows money and information and technology and to flow through it relatively quickly, and everybody starts to benefit from it. So I think that's it for today. Thanks a lot for listening, and I hope in the next video, you can find more value into it. You can always hit me up on, ksamuel.chris@gmail.com, or you can go ahead and you can send an email. You can follow me on Twitter or YouTube at Chris K Samuel. That's all one word. And talk to you guys in the next video.